He surprised her with a nasty low kick to her leg, and she went crashing down onto the mat.
His shots knock her cold, and he wins easy. No surprise here. She probably never learned defense, and this was a good match with sharp faith in her legs. Forgetting other stuff matters if you want to win.
Hey guys, it's Angela, and I personally believe that all humans were made in the image and likeness of God. However, there are inherent differences. Look at this quote from Genesis. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man and brought her to the man. The man said, "This is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." And so because woman was taken out of man, it's incredibly difficult to imagine a woman being able to overpower man completely when she was made just out of the rib of the man. And wives are supposed to submit to their husband, and it just shows that we are more submissive because the husband is more powerful and he's a better leader and provider. Now, all of this said, it's a lot easier to talk about it than to actually put it into practice, and it's incredibly difficult to do that on a day-to-day basis and to understand your roles, because men and women, we think so differently, yet we expect each other to think the same way that we do, and women expect to be heard and listened to and validated the same way that women validate other women, except men aren't able to do that because they just have different emotions and ideas and ways of thinking than women do, and a lot of times men expect women to think like they do too. In recent times, the world is trying to convince us that there is no difference between men and women, and the best representation of this is when it comes to physical fights and women who have accepted to step into the ring with men because they have become so delusional to think that they'll actually be able to beat a man in a fight. And it's just interesting to see the reality hit them in the literal face.
Don't mess with your coach. This funny MMA clip teaches that lesson. The guy is actually the coach and started a friendly practice spar with this girl. As they were going at it, the girl grabbed the coach's loose leg thinking she could easily win by trapping him like that. But the coach has way more experience than her. He surprised her with a nasty low kick to her leg, and she went crashing down onto the mat. Don't mess with the coach, he'll school you every time.
That was really crazy how she had him on one leg and he was able to take her down. And even though he was just standing on one leg, he still had a better balanced position than she did on both legs. Well, actually, she did go up to kick when he took her down, so he just had way better timing. He just took her down so easily. Look at how sturdy he is. And then just like this, just like butter, he swept her off of her feet. How romantic, right? Here we have a guy and a girl wrestling in the sand, and he grabs her neck and is able to completely just twist her around and take her down. And it is so complicated to even understand the move that he did. He yanks her down, it just twists her, drops her to the ground. He was throwing her around like a literal rag doll.
Twist ever. Slamming her into the dirt. Missed the action?
Every time I see a fight like this, I just wonder what was going through her head to step into that ring. I have no clue.
This lady came into the ring putting too much faith in her legs, forgetting other stuff matters if you want to win. As expected, her legs didn't keep her opponent away. She probably never learned defense, and this was a good match with sharp hits. As time went on, his jabs and strikes only got faster, stronger. He keeps fighting while she gets no break. Pressed against the ropes, you can tell she's fighting for her life. Thankfully, the ref stops it considering all the headshots.
She had a really bad strategy. No matter how hard she was kicking him, she wasn't able to keep him away. And everybody says like, oh, women have stronger legs and men have stronger arms. And you could just see that his arms were stronger than her legs, basically. And she was getting punched in the face so many times. It would have been better if she just curled up into a ball and just begged for mercy.
The red-dressed girl tries using her legs, but the guy quickly sweeps her down. They grapple, but he locks her head. She rallies with knees, but he's too strong. He clearly runs this match by landing all his hits as she leaves herself wide open. He hammers her face as she waves her hands in the air. His shots knock her cold, and he wins easy. No surprise here. This fight.
No, he literally knocks her out. And it's the same thing here. She's trying to keep him away, kick him. She's even approaching, engaging in the fight, going forward, kicking and kicking. And yet she's just getting punched repeatedly so hard in the body and the face. The amount of hits that she took to the body was insane.
As she leaves herself wide open, he hammers her face as she waves her hands in the air.
That's kind of scary. Honestly, these girls are putting themselves in literal danger. That's what's happening nowadays, becoming something inherent in our intuition and our ways of thinking, that we think we're the same or that we're on the same level, and that, I don't know, it's just really strange what our society is coming to.
When coach sparring with girls,
He puts her down so gently. Okay, but that girl is like a beast.
when coach sparring with boys, when coach sparring.
Well, I mean, you just can't really compare. If the coach was going to fight against the girls as hard as he does against the guys, he would literally knock them out. Even if, I mean, guys have to be careful, because even if they put just a little bit too much strength, they can kill or like knock out these women. Even without meaning to, just one punch to the face could knock them unconscious. And it could be by accident too. They wouldn't even be trying their hardest, basically. And so even when they're sparring or just practicing, it's still really dangerous. And it's almost like it's good for women to be able to fight against the guys, to be able to improve their skills. However, women, we're never gonna be able to be the best in comparison to the guys. So I guess it's just better for women to practice and spar against women so we can become the best women fighters. There's no need to be, I mean, it's kind of sad that men get to say that they have the title of like, I'm the world's best fighter. However, women will only ever reach the point of saying I'm the best women's fighter, because even the best women's fighters still wouldn't be able to win against the 200th or 700th ranked man, because that's just the way it is. Even the outliers of the women who are incredibly strong and could beat all the women would still struggle to beat your average Joe. And if your name is Joe and you enjoyed this video, then please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Also, if you really want to support this channel, then go to angelarose.biz and subscribe to my newsletter so I can send you all of my updates. Thanks for watching. Bye.